रोगमुक्तम् यशाचारुचित्रं धनं मेरुतुल्यम् मनश्चेलगं गुरुरोरं कृपात्के ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं। जय माताजी
जय माताजी जय माताजी।
कलत्रं धमं पुत्रपौत्रादि सर्वम् कलत्रं धमं पुत्रपौत्रादि सर्वम् गृहं बन्धवा सर्वमत्ताधिजातम् मनश्चेलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं।
जय माताजी माताजी जय माताजी।
षडङ्गादिवेदो मुखे शास्त्रविद्या कवित्वादिगाढ्यं सुपद्यं करोति मनश्चेलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं।
श्री माताजी श्री माताजी जय माताजी।
विदेशेषु मान्या स्वदेशेषु धान्या सदाचारवृत्तेषु मातो न चान्या मनश्चलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं। जय माताजी
श्री माताजी श्री माताजी।
क्षमामण्डले भूप भूपालवृन्दे क्षमे मण्डले भूप भूपालवृन्दे सदा सेवितं व्यासपादारविन्दम् मनश्चेलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततत्किं 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 ततत्किं।
जय माताजी श्री माताजी जय माताजी।
शशीगतं भिक्षुदान प्रताप जगत्सु सर्वं करेयात् प्रसादा मनश्चेलकं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततत्किं 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 ततः किम्
श्री माताजी, श्री माताजी, जय माताजी।
न भोगे न योगे ववाजे मेधे न भोगे न योगे ववाजी मेधे न कान्ता सुखेनैव वित्तेषु चित्तम् मनश्चेलगं गुरुरोरं कृपाते ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किम् जय माताजी,
श्री माताजी, जय माताजी।
अरण्ये न वासस्य गेहे न कर्ये न देहे मनोवर्तते मनश्चेलगं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किम् जय माताजी,
जय माताजी, जय माताजी।
गुरुरोष्टकं ये पठेत् पुण्यदेहि गुरुरोष्टकं ये पठेत् पुण्यदेहि यदि भूपति ब्रह्मचारी च गेहि लभेद्वाचितार्थ पदं ब्रह्म संज्ञम् गुरुरुक्तवाक्ये मनुयस्य लग्नम् मनश्चेलगं गुरुरोरं कृपात्ये ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किम्
जय माताजी, जय माताजी, जय माताजी, जय माताजी, जय
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining in for the meditation. We do the Maha Mantra now.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी सरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Hi, good morning everyone again, and thanks for joining in. You know, when normally I do this meditation, I don't talk, but this time I like to share a really short story of what happened the last week, as I feel that a lot of you can relate to, and then we do Shri Mataji's talk and a silent meditation. I have a very strong desire to be the spirit. And Shri Mataji says if we have a strong desire, it also brings things happening in our life that makes the growth strong. And I really feel that happened the last week. So a week ago, an attacked lady turned up in the night at my gate, and a lot of drama happened with police coming, and it was so out there and so let's say strange that happened, and all at my gate, that after that happened I actually was able, I bowed down and raised my kundalini and put myself in bandhan and managed to sleep. But the next day I felt very, very shaken. And normally, if before I was in Sahaja, it would shake me up probably for months. But every morning, or most mornings, I open the Everyday with Shri Mataji app. And I'll just read you what it said that morning. I'm just looking it up. So that morning, this is from a Param Chaitanya puja. Once you become a Sahaja yogi, the concern for your benevolence is all the time there. Whether you are punished or not is a different point. Some people might get a job. Some people will not get a job. With some people, it will work out this way. With some people, it will not work out that way. Then one might say, how is it this Param Chaitanya is behaving like this? It is all for your correction. It is a big churning. Whatever works out for your correction and is for your benevolence, if you understand this point, then you will never be disappointed in your life. So I had this thing happening and I was really like, what is going on? And then getting the answer basically straight away was pretty an amazing experience. So you might have things coming your way and think, oh, what is happening now? But it's all for our benevolence. And then I was able just to surrender everything that happened. I was able to surrender my fear and the stress that it caused. Like, I'm not a fearful person, but this addressed basically all the deepest fears that I had and I wasn't aware of. And just after being able to surrender this, I could just let go. And what would normally be a traumatic experience, being in my mind and in my body for probably months, was in this case gone in a few days. So Jai Shri Mataji, and I'm just so grateful for being in Sahaja Yoga. And that's just what I wanted to share. So we'll continue with the Guru Puja talk and then a silent meditation after.
In the most auspicious time, that is called as Krita Yuga, we all have assembled here to understand the ways and methods of establishing our principle of a master. It's called Krita Yuga. Krita Yuga means the time when you have to do something, Krita, when it was done. So, you are the channels of that doing the work of God. You are the channel of God Almighty and His power. On one side, you have to carry the dignity, the glory, and the assumption that you are a guru. On the other side, you have to be completely surrendered to your God Almighty. All your dignity, your authority comes from Him. And the third thing is that the way He has created this universe and you in a mood of play, you have to see His play. So, a kind of mood that is cheerfulness should be really bubbling through you. So far, the idea of Guru was that such a person never laughs, never smiles, always in a temper. That was all right for Gurus who did not have to have any contact with the public but hang themselves with a string somewhere in the Himalayas. But here we are facing the entire universe, which has to receive the bubbling streams of your love. But that does not mean that you have to be frivolous, because you cannot. The divine play is not frivolous. It is joyful. And the joy does not have that duality. So, to get to the establishment of your Guru principle, first we should know how it is destroyed. As it is, anything that is not looked after or maintained is destroyed. If we do not pay attention, say, to these beautiful plants here, they will be destroyed. Even matter which is not attended to is destroyed. So first of all, we have to know that we must be attentive and alert that if we do not maintain ourselves, we will be destroyed. Because maintenance is not for maintenance sake. It is for stopping the destruction of your Guru principle. When we are negligent or lazy about it, we are responsible for destroying our Guru principle. So the attention that we have is to be given to the maintenance of this Guru. The Gurus have capacity to maintain themselves and maintain others. In the beginning, when the Gurus tried to establish this maintenance principle, they put very, very strong rules and regulations. If you read Bible in the Levi chapter, you will find all the chariots that are described, which they are following now in Ria or in the Arabic countries. To maintain that principle within yourself. It's written in such strong languages, like such a person who does not do this should be killed to death. If such a person does anything wrong of this kind, should be killed by stoning. That was at the very beginning. So the people now at that stage of evolution required that kind of a fear. This was not meant to in any way to insult or to harm or to take away the freedom of human beings. But it was meant for people to give a great idea of the importance of the principle of Guru within themselves. At that stage, they used the frightening methods, I should say, horribly dangerous time. At that time, people obeyed also. Then another evolutionary step took place where a stage started. People thought they must become austere and start maintaining themselves by tremendous austerity. So it was self-projected. It was not projected towards others, but projected towards themselves. We can say that the first wave started when the Guru, the primordial Guru, said that if you don't do this, then you will be killed. The second stage was where the disciples accepted this within themselves and started telling themselves that if we do not do it, we'll kill ourselves. Austerity started on the basis of wisdom and not on obstinacy. But then it became even fanaticism. So it went to one extreme. It started with the idea of maintenance. Maintenance itself became impossible, or perhaps they thought that they are not being able to maintain. They got confused, and to them, rules and regulations became more important than maintenance itself. Thus, you find they destroyed themselves. The wisdom or the essence of Guru Tattva is a balance. Like when you maintain a plant, if you do not give it water, it will die. If you give it too much water, it will die. So the wisdom lies in understanding how much water should be given to the plant so that it comes up at its best. Now, this wisdom has to be achieved through your vibratory awareness. You are placed under the most fortunate circumstances that you are realized soul before your Guru Tattva is fully established. You have all the powers that any Guru can aspire without having the establishment of Guru Tattva. Especially you are under the complete blanket of the clouds of your mother's love. But in no way mother's love is going to allow you to destroy your Guru principle. As I told you, that Guru principle is a very sensitive thing and is destroyed if you yourself do not try to maintain it. First of all, the destruction starts from the very source of our being. I mean to say that our being is created by 5 elements. And the 5 elements have a capacity all the time to get destroyed. Any one of these elements, if they are not looked after, they get destroyed. That is the built-in capacity of the elements or of the matter, as you can say. So to maintain them is important. Some people have an idea that once you become a guru, you did not maintain everything, it is maintained by itself. It is not.
Before.
I agree that the spirit definitely enhances the beauty and the health of these elements. But at the human level, there is always a greater force that is trying to destroy it. So till we have completely become the spirit, there is always a chance of this destruction working it out. One may say, why this balance needed? And this is an important question which we should be able to answer all the people who ask us. Without the balance, you cannot ascend. If you cannot ascend, what's the use of our becoming human beings? For example, everything is God, but nobody is aware. At the human level, you become aware. Means everything exists. Everything is there, but it is not aware. Say there is a stone, that is also God, but it is not yet aware. Like say, this area is completely dark and we are blind. There is nothing to be seen, to be felt or experienced when you are in that condition. Actually, one thinks that darkness is the truth, that ignorance is the truth. But when the sun comes up and the light comes in and your eyes open, you start seeing everything. You start becoming aware. So at human level, you are aware at the highest point. Now this awareness has to become the awareness of the spirit. That has happened to you. You have felt the spirit. But the balance is not there as yet. Your mother has pulled you out and made you that, but still there is imbalance inside. If you go slightly to the left, you can be destroyed. You go to the right, you will be destroyed. So you have to try both the things, as I have told you, the methods, which I'll explain. First of all, you have to be austere with yourself. Just separate yourself from yourself. Separate yourself as a spirit and look at your ego and superego. Now you start watching. You start watching the ego and superego. Do not maintain it. They are the destroying forces. Now when you see the play as a witness of the destroying forces, you will know how to also maintain yourself better. To separate yourself is easier when you take to austerity. The worst thing that elements have done to you is that you have formed habits, all kinds of handsome. Some people are fond of bathing, some people are fond of not bathing. Some people are fond of getting early in the morning, 4 o'clock, and singing songs and waking up everyone. And some are good at sleeping till 10 o'clock. Some like very light colored dresses, some like very loud colored dresses. If you are English, then you want to have English style everything. Horrible insipid food. If you are French, you want to have wine little bit. If you are Italian, you want to have carbohydrates too much. If you are Spanish, you want to have too much fats. If you are Indians, you want to have too much of spices. So to change this habit, you have to give first of all the extremes that you like. Now, if you say that I like bland food, then you should say I must eat lot of chilies. If you say I like pale colors, then you wear very loud ones. Go from one extreme to another extreme to begin with. But I have seen people, when they go from one extreme, they get stuck up on the other side also. So we have to be in the center, not to the extremes. A man who is an avdhuta, the one who is a great master, can never be hanged up by any hangs up. He cannot be ruled by any ideas that I like this. He sees beauty in the lush greenery, and he sees beauty in the trees which are devoid of any leaves. Now the trend of getting to austerity in a very funny way has started in the West. Like, if you comb your hair, then you are no good. If you do not smell in the body, then you are no good. If you don't look like a pig, you are no good. All kinds of funny sort of ideas have crawled into the mind because they are going to the other extreme. But we have to learn from the nature. Nature dresses up itself when it has to meet the spring. And when it is the winter, it just gets completely undressed, I should say, because the leaves have to go to the Mother Earth and that the sun has to reach the Mother Earth. It is not attached to anything. Surprisingly, it is much more elemental than we are. While we who are spiritual should have no attachment. But this idea is also a mental idea, which is the worst attachment. It's a very funny attachment, which makes me laugh. That's the biggest joker I've seen, that people get attached to mental ideas. It is like believing that whatever you think mentally will just happen to you. Say for a mental person, he has to go to picnic. He will mentally put in his mind, he is going to take this, that, and that. He may even open a file and write it down that I'm going to take this and this and this with me. And when he goes to the picnic, he finds he's high and dry because he's not taken anything with him. It's all in the file. Your mother is good at speaking and she speaks to you, but it should not be your mental attachment. Like, yes, mother says so, and everybody discusses with such great enthusiasm, this is that, but it's not become part and parcel of your being. But it's a very common attachment nowadays with all the people knowing about everything and having nothing.
Thanks for joining in, everybody. If you have the time, please stay on when you're online. If you wish, turn the volume off. We're going to have some music otherwise. And everybody has a wonderful day. Namaha.